Are you not doing the intro?
Yeah, of course I am.
Professional outfit. We are a professional outfit here.
We are the Alchemy Lab. My name is Lee. I am covered in a blanket, and today I will be playing Cassius Valentine.
I'm Carl, and I will be playing Graccus.
And I'm Matt, and I don't know why he's doing that. No, I do, actually. Yeah,
He knows exactly why.
I know exactly why he's doing it. And I am everybody else on tier 6 of Mihre.
Ooh.
Yes.
Upgrade.
Our intrepid detectives are moving up in the world. They have...
Literally moving up in the world.
Literally moving up in the world. They got a bunch of money from Lord Solon Ziar after thwarting his attempted murder, and now they have decided to get a little place on tier 6, which is also a bar. What's the name of the bar, gentlemen?
The Devilish Archive.
The Devilish Archive.
Yeah.
Indeed. All right. So Rembrandt went with you, didn't he?
Yes.
We took him with us, yeah.
Right. So Rembrandt's come with you. Knock has come with you because he would probably have found a way to stow away even if you hadn't.
Knock would have found his way up here anyway.
He would have.
Knock will always turn up.
Always. All right. Well, here you are. You're perhaps on your way back to the glory that was either taken from you or that you lost.
Are we definitely in tier 6, Matt, or are we perhaps at a sexy party or something?
You know, you are quite definitely in tier 6. You did have a very sexy party though. With your boy Charon. You had a very, very sexy party. I did off-screen you. I did. But there will be more sexy parties, don't worry. Don't worry.
They're better.
I immediately looked at Graccus and go, the party was excellent, wasn't it? Do you remember that lovely girl we were speaking to? And then it all goes...
Are we doing a moment from Wayne's World here? Is that what your plan is? Because I'm on board.
Just a short one, DM.
You have a short. So it's almost as if it's like a black and white before the talkies. There's a little piano jangle playing, and you can see the ravishing beauty that Cassius is talking about. A lusty elven woman who was most sultry indeed.
What did she sound like?
Oh, she certainly had an accent. It was a regional accent of some description. You're remembering this now in an eatery up on tier 6, not too far from where you have set up the Devilish Archive. It's not a big place, but it's got its certain charm to it. It's called Flat Pie Frankie's.
Like it.
And as you're thinking about this beautiful, lusty, elven woman, Frankie himself comes over and he puts your flat pies on the table before you. Hey, fellas, there you go. There you go. Enjoy your flat pies. They're great. All the meat for you, Graccus Foulbreaker, and meat and veggies for you there, Mr. Valentine.
Thank you, Frank.
Thank you, Frankie.
Hey, you're welcome. I'm gonna go. I got more customers. I'm gonna go sort them out. You boys want drinks?
I'm good for now.
All right.
Some of that tier 6 would be lovely. Thank you.
I can certainly do that. You boys look pretty happy. What you thinking about?
A good night.
Must have been a real good night. And he toodles off back behind the counter to serve a group of 3 that have just come in. The flat pies are pretty much as they look. They are like flat kind of like flat dough with with what would be the filling of the pie on top of the pie. You see, this whole thing is sort of started in tier 7, where obviously they kind of don't have the materials and stuff to make proper pies, so they just made flat pies. And Frankie made a bunch of money, and Frankie moved up to tier 6. So he's it's got that certain tier 7 charm that you've almost grown to like.
Yeah.
Even when we move up in the world, we still gravitate to tier 7, it seems.
Well, if we can only keep the flat pies, I think we've done well.
Agreed. I grab a slice of the flat pie. I just sort of hold it up to them and to new ventures, and take a mouthful.
To new ventures.
It is good, piping hot. All the meats. What kind of meats does Graccus like?
He's a bit of an exotic guy, you know, being a hunter from Voidway. So
T-Rex.
Raptor is on there, T-Rex. You know, they're quite tough meats, but he's a strapping orc or half orc, so he's used to it.
I mean, if you slow cook them, they go down a charm.
Oh, they become super tender. It's a delicacy.
Indeed. You gaze out the window as you chew on your flat pie. This whole place, it's like it is. There's some of the tier 7-ness here, but it's a lot cleaner. You notice that's the main thing you notice about tier 6. The houses are just a little bit better built. There's none of the kind of holes in the wall where the unfortunates kind of gravitated towards. It's all very kind of nicely built up and still a little grungy, but it's miles better than 7.
I'm guessing in your previous life you didn't have much need to come down this far, did you?
When the time came, I came. But, well, why would you? When you could be up there.
This place brings back memories, Cass.
Memories of
The past life. Not all of them good. Most of them I want to forget, if I'm honest, but we are what we are. We are what we became, I suppose. The past made me who I am now.
indeed. Any people you'd like to forget here? Any?
Hopefully those people are no longer here.
Fantastic.
The door to Flat Pie Frankie's opens, and you hear the clop of Rembrandt's hooves coming in. He sort of waves to Frankie. Frankie starts preparing his customary veggies, all of the veggies and like chilies, and it's a great flat pie, great veggie flat pie that Rembrandt likes. He stops by your table. Oh boy, it's that's some work. I'm surprised that so many people are into a speakeasy like ours.
I guess it's something new, and if I may say so, the bartender is definitely one of the finest around.
Oh, you flatterer. Well, maybe a little, but you're still a flatterer. Your boy Knock, he's been a big help. Can't put the building materials down. He's collecting glasses like a champ. Sooner or later, we'll be able to hire a waitress. so we won't have to do that, and he can help you all out a little more.
If there's one thing true of Noctis, he's always a hard worker.
Oh boy, is he ever. So at this point, you've been up here about... What was the time skip we said? It was like 6 weeks, wasn't it?
I think it's about 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
So...
I'm too hot.
You
Wait a
broken the
minute.
illusion.
Wait a minute,
Welcome
he's in
to
a
my
room.
apartment, everyone. This is why it sounds weird.
So, just let people know what you've been doing for the last 6 weeks. Game time.
I've sort of been retreading old ground, as it were. Putting feelers out to old companions, old people I used to work with, see if they know of any work contacts up on this tier. Obviously, we've got Charon on 7, so I figure I can maybe reach out to a bit of the seedier side of tier 6. From experience, that place tends to bring in decent coin, if it's not always above board. But then, hey, we're private investigators. We don't really care if it's what's above board as long as we can get paid, right?
Okay.
But other than that, yeah, then it's just sort of spending time getting used to this. The musket I managed to convince Solon to let me keep.
Indeed, that musket. And
Oh boy.
And Cassius, what about yourself?
Yeah, we've been shooting an awful lot. So going up in sort of the hot air balloon. Our friend, I can't remember his name, but the one who had the shitty air balloon that's now in my back pocket.
Oh, that you faked his papers for him, yeah.
So we've been going out, shooting, some small game, trying to sort of get our eye in, and it seems to have come to us quite well, actually. We were new adopters of this technology.
Yep.
So much so that it's gone into our logo. So it's a heart with a musket going up and a pistol going from the bottom like a sword, like
Very
a great
nice.
sword.
Very nice. Very nice.
So yeah, been doing that. Been going to the Phantom world as well, quite a bit. Now I can go in there and speak to all these people. I've been speaking to Flash, the actor. That's his name now. He fascinates me. But sort of just understanding that world a little bit more, and sort of diving into that quite a bit.
All right, very good. Very good. Yes.
I've not yet been able to find Elena.
Mm-hmm.
I've not yet been able to find her, or she hasn't found me yet.
Okay. Well, we shall see. All right. So the Devilish Archive has been open for probably about 2 weeks at this point, properly open. And yeah, it is thriving as a business. It's actually make I feel like this is going to be some kind of charisma check.
Oh, God.
Performance. Make me performance checks. Now you've been you've been
Natural 20.
nice. I was going to say take proficiency because you've been talking to the actor.
God damn it! I wasted a natural 20 on a goddamn performance check.
Rembrandt's going to be happy. Don't
You
worry
never
about
know.
that.
This is true.
You never know what.
Mhm.
Roll. How does this work? Okay, so that's a 15.
Add your proficiency.
22.
Nice. Okay, so that I don't think you have. What's your modifier then, Carl? So it's 20, natural 20 plus. Oh, so 20 and 22. All right, cool.
Flat 20.
All right, lovely. So
Graccus is not a talkative guy normally, so it's not.
Not normally, but you've been enjoying your sort of double life as bar. What's the word? Not owners, but like bar sponsors, let's say. And you've been mingling with some of the clientele, and you've made some good contacts out of it, Cassius. And you've been getting some good feelers out of that Graccus. You know that some of your friends are around. And also your kind of charm and your stories of your exploits have been garnering a lot of attention and a lot of like, oh, yeah, oh. No, tell me more while I buy another bottle of whiskey for the table. So the business has just gone. Add, oh, boy. Add 150 gold each.
Fucking dope.
The profits
very
have been,
well.
The profits have been good.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Told you didn't know what that 20 was for.
I'm glad I rolled it.
And as for your marksmanship, this is you've both been doing a lot of practicing. You're both pretty good now with your firearms. Meta-wise, they've both taken the gunner feat, which means that you are a lot quicker on the draw. You're a lot better aiming. You can reload the thing a lot quicker. So things are looking pretty good. You're a pretty formidable fighting force at this point. Coming back to the scene, Rembrandt, who is sort of scoffing his slice of flat pie, looks down at you both. I found a place, interesting place that I thought you might like to try out. It's a pretty loud. It's been a pretty loud last month or so, and maybe a little peace and quiet for an hour or so.
You know how to pique my interest, Rembrandt. Oh.
Well, it's a little tea house. Not far from here. Called... Oh, I forgot to write a name for it. It's called... Oh, okay, yeah, no. I didn't write a name for it. Called... First Novelty. I love it. Called Novelty. It's called Novelty.
I've never heard of it, but
whimsical name, but it is a nice, peaceful place where you can get some good beverages.
I'm up for it.
Sounds quite nice, yes.
All right, brilliant. Well, I'm going to head back to the bar and make sure Nod hasn't washed all the glasses for the third time. And I'll catch you boys later.
See you later.
Always lovely to see you, Rembrandt.
You too, Mr. Valentine. He plops out.
It's nice to just stop for a bit every now and then, isn't it?
It is. It is.
I'll tell you what, Cass, I'm going to go for a wander on the way back. See if I can't see anything more interesting around.
I think I will do the same. And we'll meet at Novelty in an hour.
Sounds good to me.
Splitting off. Okay. Alrighty. Both of you make me perception checks.
That's a goodie. 27.
18.
Okay. So you get a so you've been out and about a little bit, but this is I would say this is your first proper explore of your area of tier 6. So you get a decent sense of the local area. So there are a number of bars. You're in sort of a kind of like a built-up, almost kind of city centre type area. Like the Devilish Archive is tucked away, as you would expect. But there are various sort of hotels and quite large blocks where weavers and tanners and things work. There are small parks around with a bit of greenery, which is a nice little change of pace. There's certainly none of that down on 7. A lot of kids running around. A lot of people that are busy and crossing around high streets and things like that, and window shopping. And it's almost, there's a sense of normality here that really didn't exist down there. This is more of what you would expect to find in a city. But you also notice that it's, even though it's crowded, it's still not quite as crowded as tier 7 is. So of the 500,000 people there, more than half of them live on tier 7. Up here on 6, we're looking at about 80,000, more or less.
Okay. A real departure from the crampedness.
Bit more space, yeah, bit more space. Cassius, you, in a few places, get a scent of the Lover's Haze. That's made its way up here as well. You scope past, in fact, you scope out the tea house before you go there. Something sort of, maybe it's your recent experience with the attack at the bar where you ran into Pox and you had the poisoning and things and the capture and
the Smiling Skies.
Yeah, the Smiling Skies. That's it. Yeah. You've just, your hackles, your suspicion is up a little bit, particularly as well with the benefactor and who these other people were that took you to Raven. You smell the Lover's Haze around there. It's covered a bit by incense and things like that, but it's definitely there.
How long have I got left?
And so I would say you would take about half an hour, then scope out the tea house, then take another sort of however long you have left, maybe 20,
I think
25.
I'm going to wait there.
Okay, and observe. Okay, so make me another perception check.
Yeah, just sort of take this in about because the Lover's Haze didn't really seem like an issue to me. Yes, it's an opiate, but it was good shit.
It was a strangely clean opiate.
It was a clean sort of strain of this stuff that had found its way all the way down there. So I, let bygones, not bygones be bygones, but let live.
It could be worse.
24.
24. Okay. So you observe the tea house for a little while. You spot what you think is the owner of the place sweeping around a little bit. She is human as far as you can tell, although you're looking at her through kind of a slightly frosted window. She seems fairly tall, wearing some kind of dress, but you're not. It's like it's a white dress, but there seems to be pattern. I'm not entirely sure what the pattern is. A few people come and go. An older couple walk in and sit for probably about 20 minutes before they leave. There are a couple of... a small gaggle of young people go in there, about sort of 17, 18, 19, that kind of age. They're in there for about 5 minutes before they exit, and you get You can smell. Yeah. Not burning. It's like a solidified. It's like the essence of it.
So they've gone into the tea house. They've spent 5 minutes there, and then they smell a bit as they come out.
Yeah, but not.
Okay.
They don't smell of it like it's been burned.
They have it on them.
They have it on them. Yeah.
They have gone in. They have come out, and now they smell like they have it on them. Very peculiar.
Now, they sort of pass by Graccus as he's walking up the street. This is close to the hour mark. Graccus, make me a perception check. See if you pick it up as well.
13.
So you sort of note these. How many of them did I say? I said a gaggle. Let's say you look at the gaggle of young'uns who walk past you. They are very sort of giggly and very sort of like kind of not rough, but boisterous. Yeah. It's rambunctious, impetuous. Yeah, it's men and women, young men and women, just sort of, horsing around a little bit. You don't notice anything suspicious necessarily.
Okay.
But you do see Cassius leaning on the wall opposite the tea house.
I casually wander over.
Okay.
So, everything all right in here, Cass?
Yes, I think so. There's the smell of lover's haze around here as well.
At that mention, I take sort of like a much deeper breath in, just sort of see if I can smell it.
And you can a little bit, lingering, just a touch. But you can smell it.
Interesting.
In fact, I believe those children just procured
From the tea house.
I believe so.
Very interesting. So it appears this place might be selling drugs to people.
To young people.
Yeah. How long till we meet Rembrandt? About half an hour, isn't it?
I don't believe Rembrandt's coming. I think he's just sent us here.
Oh, of course, yeah. Well, take a look inside.
It's what we were meant to do, and yes, let's enjoy ourselves.
As I start heading over towards the entrance, but I sort of mutter to Cassius, I wonder if this is why he sent us here. Keeping the neighborhood clean, after all.
You
Yes.
You walk in. You walk through the door. The smell is sort of covered by very floral essences and things like that, and herbal essences around. The tea here apparently is rather strong. The hostess turns at the sound of the door opening. A little bell goes off. She's very tall. She's human, it seems. So she's got a simple kind of flowing dress on with kind of a floral pattern on it. Her hair is about her shoulders. Olive skin, black hair. Gentlemen, welcome to the novelty. What can I get you?
I'm not sure. Our friend Rembrandt sent us here. Said we may enjoy it.
Rembrandt, yes, the charming centaur. Yes, dog's trying to dig at the carpet. Anyway. Come, sit over here. There's a table free. He's a charmer. He runs that new bar, the Devilish Archive, yes?
He does indeed.
Yes.
I have not yet had the pleasure. Would you like to see the list of teas we have?
Yes, I would, please.
Wonderful.
I would like to know what you would suggest. Yes.
Melora Knightley.
Well, Miss Knightley, I trust your judgment as the proprietor of the novelty. And should you come to the Devilish Archive as the proprietors there, I can offer you the same suggestion.
Well, it depends what kind of day you've had. If you wish to relax, you could try one of our mint or rose teas. We have white and black rose teas. We have red rose, of course.
We've had...
There's-
Yeah. So, as relaxing as you could make it, Miss Knightley, that would be fantastic.
So, are you trying to get some stuff?
What a question.
What do you think?
Of course I am. Of course I am. I've name dropped Rembrandt. I'm saying I want to get relaxed AF. Yes, I want her to sell me drugs, man.
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
And there is a not a knowing look, but just a very very chill vibe.
Make me a persuasion check.
Well, hasn't got a chance. I'll tell you. Once I find out what my modifier is.
Probably quite high.
That is an 18.
You're looking to relax. Truly relax.
As I say, myself and Mr. Fowbreaker here have had quite the year. We've recently come up from tier 7 after taking care of business there. And, we find ourselves looking and a few hours off.
I see. Foebreaker. I take it then you are Valentine.
I am, yes. Mr. Cassius Valentine.
Well, that is interesting. I suppose even the law fighting, the crime fighting people, the ones who uphold their law, maybe they need a break as well, yes? A chance to relax.
We uphold our own code.
Yes, I wouldn't say we necessarily uphold the law. We just find things for people, and times Mr. Fowbreaker gets rid of things for people. For the good of Mihre. As you can imagine, that can be quite a toll on one's psyche, one's fortitude.
We're facilitators, not
Indeed.
law bringers.
Facilitators, yes.
Make me another persuasion check. You're assisting. There's assistance happening here, so advantage.
Pretty much assistance happening. They're so close, but so that's 21 now. It's a 13 and a 14. No good at all. I really need to get some dice. I'm going to buy some dice for next time. I'm sorry, guys.
Alright. Well, full disclosure, she had advantage as well there.
I did name drop too much. As soon as I said it, I was like, oh, fuck, we look like goody two-shoes now. Balls.
I may have something for you. The blood red rose tea. That is our most relaxing beverage. It is also our most expensive beverage. But if you really need to relax, blood red rose is what you want.
If that is what I will want, then that is what I will take. I just hold the gaze just for a little bit.
For you as well, Mr. Fallbreaker.
I just give a curt sort of nod.
She sweeps away, glides away. Let's say. You don't have to wait too. Oh, go on.
While this is all going on, I instinctively start scanning the building, like anywhere I can see for what look to be goons or enforcers or indications that there are other people here, ensuring the safety of the business.
Okay, so make me a perception check.
That is a dirty 20.
Okay, you notice. You don't notice anyone in particular. In fact, the place is pretty much empty. There is in fact, well, someone has just entered the place. This is so this is a man. It's a human. He walks in. He's wearing quite a nice. It's a nice getup. It's kind of like there's like a doublet. He's got kind of a cloak, like a pocketed cloak over it. Very, very nice. Very, very well dressed.
Someone not from tier 6 then.
You get that impression. You definitely get that impression. In terms of security, you don't see any heavies or anything like that, but you do see a couple of symbols on the door leading into the back, and they're covered up in a way. They're trying to paint over them a bit, but there's latent kind of energy coming through. They are some kind of rune, likely security.
Okay. I don't want to risk it. I feel like they're going to prepare for that.
Have I seen them too, and have I seen this going on? I imagine I haven't.
I would point it out to you when I clock it, like giving a sort of head bob towards that door point, and sort of so you spot the runes as well.
You've noticed the man who's walked in, and you get a similar impression. Definitely not from around here.
Nix, check that man.
Of course, Mr. Firebreaker. No, Mr. Valentine. Fuck. It's been a couple of weeks since we recorded. Of course, Mr. Valentine. Meanwhile, Melora comes back with it's a glass kettle. Not a kettle, it's like a glass teapot, basically. The liquid inside is blood red. Slightly you can see through it. It's translucent, but it smells very, very strong. She sets it down. You also notice that it's set on 2 plates. The plates are not see-through. And she gives you just a little on the top plate. And gives you both a knowing look.
Thank Miss Knightley.
That will be 20 gold.
I just put it out and put it on the side of the table without even batting an eye. Just
And I will take 10 also and put it in her hands. And just for a second and say, thank you.
She bows, expertly takes the gold and off the table, and drifts over to the man, and they have a little powwow.
And what do they say? Is over there.
Ah, right, because Nix is there, isn't he? Yes.
mm-hmm.
So, Miss Knightley, my usual, please. Of course. The black tea coming up. She saunters off. What is Nix looking for with this guy?
He's just trying to check on his emotional state, because I think that's he can do that anyway with a touch. He could just
with a touch.
Yeah, but it doesn't need to be he could
Right,
just
but is it noticeable?
It doesn't say it needs to be noticeable. He just needs to put hands on a person, and he is a tiny thing.
Okay.
I'm quite sure that he has stealth things, but he's a sprite. I need to roll for him. I will.
Yeah, I would. I would roll probably sleight of hand with advantage because he's a tiny creature.
So that would basically be a normal one for me. Okay. 22.
Okay.
Thank you, advantage.
So you Nix reaches out and just sort of brushes his hair ever so slightly. And then returns to you. Mr. Valentine, it's difficult to read him. Very difficult. He's almost as if he's closed off. He seems calm. A little, but a little agitated, maybe. Just a little. I think he noticed me.
Oh well, in the pocket you go.
So this man, who you now know is well, you heard his name. He
We didn't. We didn't say his name.
He said he named her, and she asked for his regular. He didn't give a name.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Okay. Gentlemen, I've not seen you in here before.
We have not been in here before.
I see. And you are?
My name is Mr. Valentine. This is
I'll look
Mr.
over
Fubank.
and give him a nod.
John. Nice trick with the sprite.
Look very, very out of place here, Mr. John.
I'm not the only one. You're sophisticated and yet rough at the same time. It's an interesting oxymoron. Melora comes back in.
My friend has rubbed off.
Melora comes back in and puts the tea down in front of him. Thank you, Miss Knightley. Thank you, Miss Knightley. What brings you here?
Looking to relax.
Indeed. Indeed. He leans forward to you. I recognize an enforcer when I've seen one. I like the gun. That's very nice.
Newly acquired.
You must be quite a shot.
One thing I learned in my time as an enforcer: never turn down being the most heavily armed man in the room, and always make sure you're the best prepared.
Okay. I respect that. I definitely respect that. Well, it's been a pleasure to meet both of you. He takes a drink from his mug. Make me perception checks, both of you.
Ooh, 23 for me.
26 for me.
Oh, okay. You see him drink the tea, and you see his brow crease just a little. That's odd. That's very... And he keels off the chair.
I thought we got away from poisons. Graccus, you know best. Can we do anything?
I get down and start looking at the guy. I'll tell you what, first thing I'll do is I'm going to check for a pulse or breathing.
Make me a medicine.
We just both just like...
We've just dealt with it.
Both of us have gone, ooh, can you...
To be fair, in the last year we've had in Mihre, you've been kidnapped. We've had we've been present to one assassination attempt. We've clearly just seen another one. You've had someone try to kill you. People have tried to murder us on a regular basis. I feel that would be our reaction to Mihre at this point. Just
could be, could well be. Well, make me a medicine check.
Not great. It's a 14.
Okay. You feel his pulse is very, very quick, very quick, and then it just stops. And his breathing stops. Nothing.
I just look to Cass and just... After I shake my head to him, I grab the dude's cup and just to see if I can smell anything that smells acrid or off, or any like herbs that I might recognize from my druidic stuff that you don't want to be drinking that kind of crap.
All right, make me a perception check.
Oh, that is another 23.
All right, you can definitely smell that this tea, so you can smell the herbs and you can smell just a hint of something else. And it does smell off. Not entirely sure what it is, but judging by the fact that the guy's dead, most likely it's poison. Melora comes out of the back room, sees him on the floor, freezes, and screams. And ladies and gentlemen, bodies of water, we'll pause there. Episode 1 of Tea and Treachery, case number 7.
made that one up.
We had a brainstorming session.
Made up loads of different names for the last one, and this was picked, so I feel very honoured. Thank you, Matt.
Indeed. Well, we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It all helps. And we don't have socials or anything at this point. We don't have an Alchemy Lab social. We may make one up. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if we want to venture into that horrid world. But good night, good evening, and good luck.